Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
Production.
7 Mile Radio.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
Well.
I'm back.
Look who we have here.
Look who blew in the window.
Look whose wind blew in.
Me.
The Marci on us. The wind has blown Marci upon us.
And I came ready. It's been 3 weeks?
It's been 3 weeks since you've been here.
That's the longest hiatus. The longest hiatus
break that you've taken.
I've ever taken.
Well, outside of Facebook, you're still in Facebook jail right now. You still in.
Well, naturally, I'm back in Facebook jail.
You wouldn't be you if you weren't in Facebook jail. Out of all the people on the network, Marci, you have spent more time in Facebook jail while your show has been on air versus anybody else. You are the felon of the 7 Mile Radio family. You're the repeat offender. You're the felonious Marcionius.
Felonious, Facebook felonious, Marlonius, okay? Well,
Felonious Marcionius. You know how you said the Tiny Toons, the Looney Tunes, when they had a name under it? That's your name. Felonious Marcionius. What was it? Roadrunner and Coyote. Yeah.
All you gotta do is just change it on the show next time. Just change it like you do.
Felonious Marcionius. I'm about to change it right now.
So, what I did learn while I was in jail that, people really do pay attention. I thought nobody would notice, but some people did message me, and some people even talked to me in person like, oh, how did Monday go? Or are you going to do Monday? Or where's the show? Like Amanda inboxed me. If y'all don't mind, the people who are in here, can y'all share this? Because
she can't.
I can't.
She can't share her own show today because she's in Facebook jail.
Amanda Desgoose is looking for the link. Can y'all send it to her? But I'm pretty sure we're live on YouTube right now, right?
Yes, we are live on YouTube. So shout out to everybody that's tuned in on YouTube and listening on 7mileradio.com.
Oh, I can copy the link and send it to my friends. That's what I can do. That's what
you can do. You can inbox it. Still, can't you?
Nah.
No.
Not quite.
Wow.
I have to send it. I'm going to send this to Rachel right now.
You gotta text it. Oh.
What the text? SMS.
Yeah.
Remember that. Oh, Nicole made it in. Hey, Nicole.
What's going on, Nicole?
So, with that being said, I'm definitely going to work on being more consistent. And I'm organizing my life to where I can commit to the things that I love, which is also this podcast. But today's topic, I'm going to cut to the chase. Bishop Lori Harvey.
Oh, my God.
Saints, we are gathered here today in this congregation to welcome back our very own Bishop Lori Harvey back to the church, back to the City Girls Citadel House of Praise. City Girls are up 1,000 right now. There are a lot of different emotions about this. Apparently, her and Michael have broken up. I'm surprised it lasts this long.
Who gives a damn?
So that seems like that's one stance. A lot of people don't give a fuck. I'm thoroughly entertained by it, but. You know what? I don't think it's gonna be messy. Michael, he don't seem. Everybody say he's real hurt and all that. But I think let's check this. Michael's an Aquarius. He know how to move on. Okay, we sure do. I was praying for him. When they first got together, I was praying for him. Like, I hope you do well. But you're 35. Go be 35. She's 25. Go be 25. I mean, that's my main opinion. A lot of people are like, "Oh, she's a hoe."
So it's alleged that what he wanted to be more serious, and she said no.
That she wanted to be, she wanted to be a little more free.
She wanted to, still fuck around.
She wanted to be free, and I'm wondering if he did not propose, what would happen? Or if he did not try to give her maybe that ultimatum, what would happen? People do that in relationships all the time, guys and girls.
I was just about to say. Now, I guess I'm biased because I'm a man. I'm about to say usually it's the woman that does that. Now, men do that.
I guess they both do
the men
that.
Say, "What are we?" Like you get to that point where, "What are we?"
Hell yeah, they do that. I dread that question, and that's why I learned around her age. I tread light. My mom told me don't play with people's emotions, but whether she was playing with his or not, I think he needs to go. Try to date somebody around his age and around his speed. Why are you trying to lock down somebody who has a lot more life to experience? And And let's be real, this is probably the first time you stepped over to the brown side anyway. He usually is white. And I didn't think about this. My homegirl was like, oh, he got with her because she's, racially ambiguous. She looks, mixed, they're saying. I'm like, probably that. And he probably thought he was going to be the one. But I wouldn't be surprised if she was texting Future right now. You know what I'm saying?
Man, like, I think that she's learned from maybe her dad's book. I ain't gonna say learn, but he probably gave her the game. Like, listen, you go out here in the industry, you be the most pimping in his ass chick, and don't let none of these niggas. I don't care, none of them. They all let you go get what you can out of. I think that's what Steve Harvey programmed his daughter with.
He said he liked Michael, but then my homegirl said it's rumored that this was an arranged situation. Arranged, was it PR arranged, or you think it was parental arranged? But he said he liked Michael. It's a lot of broken hearts out there, a lot of different opinions.
And allegedly, both of them are supposedly heartbroken. They're both supposedly down about it.
They probably
from one
are.
source that I seen.
They probably
but I seen a little video of him at the basketball game or something, and they was like, "Yeah, we know a broken-hearted dude." When we
I
see
saw
one
that
and shit."
video.
Like, yeah.
I would say his face did look a little lackluster. Is that what they say?
Yeah, he looked like he had some thoughts. So someone was on his mind.
I mean,
and what else could it have been?
He already looked like a pug. It could have been a bone.
No.
Okay, I'm just saying. And that's another thing. Lori Harvey's so fine. Michael? Why do you think you gonna be her last stop? Her last stop.
Damn.
That was me. I'm just playing, Mike. But you know what? She's just doing what a 25-year-old would do.
If she wasn't as good looking as she was, then that would be.
Y'all would really be mad. People would really be mad. They would be pissed.
No. What I'm saying is, like, it would be more reasonable for this to be her last stop if she was a little uglier. Is what you're saying?
No, I think at 25 you don't need anything to be your last stop.
No.
Mainly, but I'm saying.
Yeah, she's 25. She's 25 and in the industry. And then the track record that she has in the industry, I hate to say it like that.
Like, Mike, why did you think that you would be?
Yeah, why do you think why would you think like this? She has a track record of now doing what, like, that's beyond a track record now. Of doing what she's doing to the type of people that she's doing it to. Celebrities.
It just makes me wonder, Michael, what made you think that you had it? And am I trying to dog Mike? I guess I'm trying to dog Mike. I don't know. He's never been my favorite. I'm just saying.
I ain't dogging him. It's just like we had the same conversation. Had a similar conversation on a Equally Not podcast right here before you were just on the air, and it was about if you got with somebody who had a certain type of behavior, why would you feel like they would stop that behavior once they got with you?
Why do you think you would have control over that?
Why do you think you would be able to change that? If that's who she was, if that's who they were when you got with them, if that's how you got with them, why do you think you're going to be the magic? But especially at age 25, looking like that.
And I know people that maybe they think that I could change this person, but it never really works out that way. But how about this? Even in business, they make projections based on patterns, prior patterns, like buying trends. That's the most they can rely on. And they're only proven wrong if something crazy like a pandemic might happen or something. But buying patterns are the most trusting source as to how they can predict what consumers are going to do the next year. They just rely, they've been doing it for years. So, that's for anybody. If you're dealing with someone you can look at what they used to be. When I dealt with my first dude, I was too young to even I really realized this. I thought, oh, I'm special. I'm going to be different. No, he put his hands on me too. He told me he put his hands on the girl before, so he's been doing it. He kept doing it. So that's just who that person is.
When someone teaches you or shows you who they are, it's best for you to believe them.
If you can get the fuck on safely, do that.
Them. Oh, I'm gonna be this.
Yeah, maybe they won't feel that way to me. No, absolutely not. Who they are is who they are, and until they grow up and they decide to change, and whether it's a good or a bad thing about them. So anyway, hey, Amanda made it. Catherine made it. Please, everybody, share this. Like I said, again, I am in Facebook
Marci
jail.
is in Facebook jail, so she can't
All because I said somebody
Why are you in Facebook jail again? Is it for the same reason?
the same thing. I forget that I can't say the word whoop. W-H, excuse me, W-H, no, O-O-P. So I can't say it.
I gotta bleep it out and shit.
Yeah, okay, and that's not even like a curse word. What happens is whoever's in charge of the who's ever in charge of the area, the what they call it, the department
Community
at Facebook,
service, community standards.
the department at Facebook that controls the community standards. They decided that words that black people say normally, they're gonna troll us. They're literally trolling us because they got some whatever on their little police list of words not to use. They got all the words that we say at the cookout, and for real, like beat, whoop, and it's not. I just told somebody, I was like, girl, I'm gonna whoop you. She probably said something silly, but when I tell you,
what's amazing to me is that we can have situations like yours where a mere word that could be seen as a trigger word, a flag word,
a violence, act of violence,
that right? But we can have people post premeditations of actual acts of violence on social media.
Crystal clear English.
And they are not taken serious until someone is in a grocery store in Buffalo shooting up grandmothers and grandfathers.
And children at schools. And
children at schools. And doctors at hospitals. And
they're still not taking it serious because this has been happening for years.
How about this? We've had one every week.
This year?
No, probably this year because it's been about 200, over 200 of them. But let's just talk about the ones the last month. It seemed like there's been about 5 or 6 of them, big ones, in the last month.
And it was
every week.
Two this past weekend. Yeah,
see what I'm saying?
We got what happened? Chattanooga, and where else was it?
I just had a meme about one over here on my page.
At least 17 killed and 62 injured. Mass shooting in Pennsylvania and Chattanooga.
And when was this one?
This past weekend. Like, what?
And you said how many people killed?
At least 17 killed and 62 injured.
62 injured?
So, these mass shootings. So, they blame, the Republicans, they want to blame mental health, right? But what are the Republicans doing about mental health that they say will aid in their gun control?
I'm about to say gun control. It's going to help mental aid. It's going to help mental people.
So, right, if that's really the issue. So my mom made a point. Governor Engler
closed down the whole shitload.
Shut down a shitload of mental institutions in Michigan. And he put those patients off on private entities. But guess where the majority of those people went?
On the street.
To jail. And this is an article from 2014. In Wayne County alone, over the last 5 years, and this article is from 2014, the number of mentally ill inmates that have been arrested at least 3 times totals more than 3,000. There are people that come in 2-3 times a year. You know, these are mentally ill people. He's saying the cost of the cost to house them is nearly $95 million. This is back in 2014, so I can't imagine the numbers now. More than 900 have been locked up at least 10 times. And they're saying that their biggest crime, Chief Herb says, is being sick. They should not be in jail. They should be in treatment centers. So if the Republicans really think, oh, it's mental illness, well, we saw what your agenda was back in 97. So if you're really, that's not the issue. The issue is that it's control. It's both. How about this? It's both. We do need mental illness taken care of, but we also need the gun control. But they're totally blaming it on mental illness. He said he shut down underutilized state mental hospitals. No, you took that money and y'all used and put it to somewhere else and y'all put that on the jail. So that's just the irony that really bothers me about it, because it's like, when is it going to stop? The NRA had a meeting, like the same week of that shooting in Texas. They had a meeting there. My poor friend Kanika was down there with those NRA people. She was visiting. And I'm like, And how dare the balls, the audacity to have to continue that conference. I was reading an article about when the NRA started. Apparently it actually started because the northern people the Northerners' marksmanship was not as good as the Southerners' marksmanship, and it was actually designed to protect and help them.
Wow.
those Southern boys, that was a Northern accent. Those Southern boys, they could shoot our ass up. And I guess the Southern boys was like, that's because y'all can't shoot. It's probably like, y'all can't shoot. So the NRA was designed to help the Northern.
Pretty much.
So and they were actually more open to gun control because they were trying to protect each other from each other.
Dumbass.
At some point throughout the years, it turned into, you can't take my gun. At some point over the years, it turned into, never. You can only take this gun over my dead body.
Give me liberty or give me death.
Yeah.
That's what it was. All right.
Now it's turned into that. So yeah, I'm scared of the NRA, but I wonder if my homegirl, she showed me a video of the little white kids being trained on guns. I was like, well, now we gotta teach our kids, just train them.
Oh, but God forbid us do that, because then we're gonna be thugs. They're gonna, quote us as terrorists, urban terrorists, as I've heard us called in some black organizations, non-profit organizations, when we organize in it.
Very interesting. The mass shootings never happened. Who'd have thought that being in the city, being in an urban situation is actually protecting you from mass shootings? Ooh, where all the guns shouldn't be at, where all the metal detectors in the schools are, where kids sometimes still get guns through, and still will not.
They're not shooting in school. You have shootings outside of the school. We don't have school shootings, especially not at the hands of grown men who have an agenda that come in from outside of the school. And like you said, if there is a student in the school, it's probably a student. And that's not to say that it's better, because it's a student. But you don't see people just walking into the schools with fully automatic rifles.
And their parents barely taking any accountability for it.
And then the police down there in Texas was basically scared to go in there, and it was parents going in there getting the kids.
So let's talk about that. So I had a conversation with my dad about this. He was telling me how he was like, I was looking at the cops they decided not to go in. And I thought about what I would be doing, how we were in combat, because my dad is a Vietnam combat veteran. Mm-hmm. Infantry. Running up and shit. Shoot. He said they used to run, they was running toward the fire.
Right.
And he said also they were 19 and 20. And honestly, he said they didn't have too much to lose, but they knew that if some kids were in there, that even if it took a few of them to die, that they were going to, end the threat. Basically. Yeah, he said it was going to end the threat, even if it took a few of them to die, because you're not about to light up no kids. So he said those cops down there in their 30s and 40s, they made the decision, I want to go home tonight. They made the decision their kids were more important than the other people's kids, and that their lives were more important than what they signed up for. In my opinion, he said when the Coast Guard went in there, they went in there and they ended the threat, blew him up, blew his head off, whatever. But the idea that he was in there for an hour tears me up. An hour? He's like, yeah, them cops ain't know what they were doing. What were you about to say?
No, it was just could that be considered as cowardice? Because I've heard that being a thing that will get some officers removed from the force. Mm-hmm. An act of cowardice, not inserting themselves into the threat.
Let's talk about this.
The Detroit cops who had their guns, the guy pulled a gun out on them and they pulled off.
Oh yeah. We saw that. Yeah. How about this? This was a school for a bunch of little Spanish kids. This is a school, it's a minority school. I wonder how it would have went if it was a school full of a whole bunch of little white kids. Would y'all be standing out there while these people are screaming, "Get my kids out of here"? Why would you be that desensitized?
Like I said, it was parents going in there getting their kids,
taking their kids out the window
while that was going on, and the police was doing nothing. The armed police.
I can't imagine, and I honestly, prayers to those families. We went over to gun violence. I actually, let me see. I was gonna talk about my weekend.
What happened in your weekend, Marci?
I started my first day at Detroit Pizza Bar.
Pizza Bar.
We do have a few pictures. The ones of my friends and my mom. Yes, Detroit Pizza Bar, a black-owned pizza bar off 6 Mile in Livernois. I made the strategic decision to work for this place, being black-owned. I met the owner when I was at the arena bartending in the suites, and after he shopped me a little bit to get a few drinks, Marcus actually gave me his information and was offered me, position to bartend.
Like you're having some fun in this place.
Right.
You didn't bring no pizza though. Where's the pizza?
So I didn't bring you any pizza. Okay, next time I will. So they have Detroit style pizzas. You know how sometimes we have the sauce on top. Brick ovens in there and stuff. All my high school friends came out. That's my mom. She really made me smile when I came in. Mark, don't look like that. But yeah, you like pizza like that?
I like pizza.
Okay. I know you like pizza like that.
I like pizza.
They got wings too. The wings are great. So there's a rooftop deck. I was on the first floor, but there is a rooftop deck, and it's very satisfying to see them develop that area, the 6 Mile Livernois area, because honestly, it used to look crazy, like just like a ghost town over there. It was a bunch of abandoned buildings, and now whatever the fund is that's helping develop that area, God bless them. And I talked to a few of the neighbors, the neighborhood people, the people who live over there, and they're definitely flattered and grateful for whatever
the changes.
So they're grateful for the changes because they know how it used to be. Now, also, yeah, I work downtown at Little Caesars Arena, where that's another redeveloped area in Detroit. However, the feeling is different. Working downtown at the arena is like you're looking around and you see all these implants and people probably were not born and raised here, experience and take advantage of what they would never even thought of coming to visit. It's just you just don't get you don't get that feeling as when I got in Detroit Pizza Bar, knowing that we're at an establishment. It is black owned. It's not, how do I explain it? You don't feel resentment toward them for developing the area. You know what I mean? You don't feel that way when in Detroit Pizza Bar, because it's like a FUBU for us by us type situation. And he decided, Marcus and Acuna, the owners, decided to put that in that area. They could have put something downtown. They decided to put it in that area, and they are very strict and hell bent on employing the neighborhood. And from the rooter to the tutor, from the contractors all the way up to the service. And I really do appreciate that. And I appreciate everybody who came and supported me this weekend. I had a few names. Let me see. I remember. Well, first of all,
you can't remember.
I'm happy about my mom coming. I can't remember. I just don't want to forget anybody. I don't want to forget anybody. I know Tiffany, Christina, Darius, Miles, Courtney, Alita, Evan, David, Vic, D'Angelo Farmer and his whole family came out. Oriana came out and stumbled on me by mistake, and she brought her family, a beautiful family too. We're gonna have brunch every second and fourth Sunday, and I may or may not be there bartending. I don't know about this Saturday, maybe the next one. Sunday, excuse me. But every Saturday I do plan on being there from 2 to 10. Come and get your drinks. And I got the bomb margaritas, green teas, white teas, all that, pink teas, whatever drink y'all talking about. So, other than that, I bartended the Justin Bieber concert.
Oh, shit.
And when I tell you, Justin has really grown up. First of all, I thought I wouldn't know any songs other than Baby, 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 Ooh. But turns out I knew half of the songs because I told you my part-time tropical smoothie, they play the shit all day. So I was up there actually jamming,
So is Tropical Smoothie black owned as well?
There are black-owned franchises.
Oh, okay.
The one in Allen Park.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like the one that you work at, was it?
No.
Okay.
But there are some black-owned ones, and Tropical Smoothie is most likely to franchise, 200 times more likely to franchise to a black person than other franchises. This is going off numbers, how they just crunch numbers. Basically, just saying they rock with us, if you wanna start up, go ahead, look at the Tropical Smoothie franchise. The opportunity, the requirements is not that much considering, honestly. I think it might be less than around the same as a McDonald's. But anyway, the good thing is it's trending. Anyway, so Justin Bieber had a concert, and for a minute I thought they were pressing the screen button, but no, somebody reminded me there are like 5,000 8-year-olds in there, so that probably is real. It was crazy. Like they screamed so on so fast and off so fast. It was like uniform. That's why I'm like, okay. And then, I mean, of course, when he came on, it was nothing but screaming. Honestly, I couldn't be in there that long. It was so much screaming, and he didn't even have to sing. Everybody knew all his words. So.
And honestly, they probably did have a scream sound effect that
Had
helped
to,
feel.
man. Had to. But after a while, it just
It's annoying. You can't. It's, what am I here for?
was crazy. Yes. What else happened this weekend? Oh, my Jill Scott count. It's been 3 weeks. It's not as high as you all think it would be. It's not as high you all think it would be. Sometimes I've had this many Jill Scott references in 1 week. The Jill Scott count is 6, but the Macy Gray count is 2. Damn. Yeah. And I don't know how I keep coming back with this Macy Gray count. I mean, if you want to say somebody looks like somebody from the forehead up, what are you really saying? So anyway. Oh, also, remember, Mark, I told you I made a mistake and did my first stand-up little comedy thing.
And how did that go? Where were you at?
I was at this little dive spot out in Redford, Michigan that I probably wouldn't go in before 5 p.m. type shit. But it was they had apparently every Friday they have some open mic comedy, and I had no idea that was about to happen, and it's kind of like fell into my lap because I actually had notes ready for if something like that went down. So I actually had a whole set. But they said I did well. I got more laughs than some people that had been there weeks at a time. So it was. I just made fun of myself, which I can do very well. So.
But you got a real retarded, dry humor just naturally, like when you talk about certain stuff. So I would imagine that you probably, but like
once I relaxed, I was able to just talk.
People tell me that I'm funny too, but I feel like I wouldn't be as funny as if I would when I'm not trying, when I'm trying to be funny.
That's how I felt too, though.
So it's like, yeah, I'm silly when I'm just talking shit come off the top of my head. Like, but if I was trying to be funny, I don't know if I would be that funny.
Yeah, but that's how I feel. I feel like I'm a situational comedian, not like a intentional comedian.
Yeah.
For example, earlier today, Mark was trying to offer me a piece of steak, and I told him that it does not break down in my stomach. It comes out like moo.
But it was the whole body language with it. You didn't.
It comes out alive, people. Don't give me burgers. That's what I'm trying to say. And Mark almost choked on his hibachi. He couldn't take it. But speaking of concerts, we talked about Justin. Anita Baker is coming back to Detroit.
For a second show.
For a second show?
She's working on it.
Oh, because the first was sold out?
Yeah, I've seen her tweet someone to reply. She was working on a second show.
I'm not complaining because
Heard it here first, folks.
Okay. The highest ticket right now is $28.97.
$28.
Sorry, $2,827. And the cheapest ticket for if you gotta buy two, but the cheapest ticket for a single is just a little under $300. I heard somebody say it was some $100 ones, but why waste your time? It's gonna be all the way up in the rafters. I guess. I just feel like if she's gonna come, then maybe I'm just saying that because I'm working the concert. I'm in there.
Hey, give me some tickets. Go get some from the back. Get some out the back in the warehouse where they got, in the back.
Do you know this girl actually got a job to work in the kitchen just to sneak all her friends in the concert? She got fired right after that. She showed her badge to security and brought in 6 of her friends in the suites. I think she just got the job just to do that concert, which I guess would be kind of, if you don't care and you might as well you trying to make money and you're going to go to the concert free, forget it. She wore a uniform and everything. But she was not on the schedule.
But then, she wasn't on the schedule.
No.
Oh, okay. Now it all makes sense.
Yeah, just trying to finesse it.
That's some shit.
But I'm glad to be able to be at her concert, even though I would be preferring to sing background. But it's okay. I'll just come. Right now she's been doing her residency in Vegas, where she actually also revealed that Chance the Rapper helped her get her master's to her music.
Chance the Rapper.
He helped her get her master's to her music. Now, Mark, exactly what happened to where she would not have them? She didn't sign to something, or she did, or what?
Yeah. I mean, back then when the contracts were being made, a lot of artists weren't hip to maybe even a lot of terminologies and what they were signing into. To make a long story short, you know what I mean? Or maybe the deal was that you own the masters or the rights to your music for so long, a certain period of time. Who knows what the details of the contract was? But at the end of the day, they were worked out in such a way that she didn't own her own material
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
And which is unfair.
It's very unfair because she's given us so much life over the years. And I feel like she's taking it out on Detroit. We didn't take your masters.
No. Yeah.
I feel like she hasn't been performing here just because.
Well, the thing about it was, like, when you are performing, right, and you're performing music that you don't own.
Oh, yeah, you don't get that much paid off of it, so she's like, fuck it.
You're not going to get, yeah. And then the thing about it is concerts, part of the draw for concerts is that it's basically a big promotion for your old music, just like verses, right? That's probably another reason why she wouldn't do a verses, because what it's going to do is if you look at the history of the verses, anybody who did a verses, their album sales and their streams went up 300+%.
And she's like, why would I give money to the people who own my masters?
Own my masters, yeah. I don't own it. I'm not going to capitalize. I'm not going to benefit from that. So why would I go out there and do a concert and raise the album sales? Why would I do a verses and add publicity to some content that I don't own anymore, even though it's mine?
I still feel I'm still taking it personal as to why it took her so long to come back here.
Well, she was just probably mad at that in general and just didn't know how to express it. You know what I mean?
She said
and with the pressure that everybody's putting on her to do it, and she probably just like, man, fuck y'all. Y'all don't even understand what's going on. I can't talk about it because I'm contractually bound by some stupid shit.
We apologize. We apologize, Anita. Okay.
You know what? If you do one more reference.
Sweet love. I'm not going to do any more references. So
no, not that I apologize. I was like, man, that was good. I see what you did there.
It did. Wait, I want to thank her for owning the most ghettoest IHOP in the nation, probably, for however long she owned it.
Who, Anita Baker? The one on Jefferson?
Yes.
She owned the one on Jefferson?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
That's why I was so damn trashy.
They really? She owned the one on Jefferson?
Yeah, she owned the one on Jefferson. When she moved, they said she shut that joint down and turned into something else.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that until recently either. But then why didn't she invest a little more in security or try to expand it? I could never get a table there. Speaking of that IHOP, Belle Isle is considering putting a trolley/shuttle situation
There we go.
on the island to reduce traffic from you nakers. Okay. Apparently, the bottleneck near the beach is causing a lot of...
The Strip.
Is that what it is?
The Strip? That's what we used to call
my
it.
God, so they are talking about us.
The Strip. Where we all hang out at? Yeah.
I thought it was...
No, they're talking about the Strip.
The bottle... Yeah, man, let's go. We're on the bottleneck, man. We're on the bottleneck. No, we're on the Strip. They're definitely...
The bottleneck.
They're saying that... Let me see. I wrote this down. They're saying they want to help people get to the beach better. You can park somewhere else. They're working on implementing a shuttle to reduce traffic and congestion on the island. Scott Pratt, that's the chief of whoever the Parks and Recreation. He said they've been planning this for a while. So it's going to go into effect like a little bit right after the Grand Prix. It's going to start in early July. The original vision was that the shuttle would have been a trolley, but the trolley is going to take a little bit too much to maintain.
Maybe I did know a truth, and I just got too much, THC in me. I'm talking about on YouTube. She said that was a part of Detroit history. You know that. Now you know. Talking about the IHOP.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to, first of all, let me thank all these people that just came in. Kiana, Vicky, Kevin, T-Boz, as usual, Mistress the party, Rachel, Greg Mosley, and Chief Icanum came in the building. Thank y'all for tuning in, and also share, because, again, I am in jail.
She's in Facebook jail. She can't share.
They won't let me out. And when I'm out of jail, I'm still going to be lower in feeds for another 30 days. They hit me twice when they hit me. They tell me I'm in for 30, and when I get out, I'm on probation for another 30. But before then, they even told me for a whole year I'm pretty much on the list. So that's totally fine. That's fine. But yeah. So back to Belle Isle. Back to Belle Isle. And for those of you who are out of state, Belle Isle is a very prestigious resorted beach right outside of Detroit, Michigan. That
Is it outside of Detroit?
in between Detroit and the illustrious Windsor, Canada, where you can see the best views. And if you take binoculars, you can look far enough, and you can close your eyes and dream of Niagara Falls if you look far enough. You step your feet in the water, you can feel the nice massage of Glocks. And if you go far, far in, you might have enough. You might see a treat like a Model T, old Ford Model T. They do float
Might have
around.
a body in the back.
Also might come across the body, you never know. And some nice fine jewelry on it. But come on to Belle Isle, y'all. Visit Belle Isle. Water is optional. The water is optional. So anyway, they want to reduce the traffic. They're saying you park somewhere else on the beach and hop on the shuttle / trolley. They said trolley at first, but they changed their mind. So other than that,
I probably thought that it was going to put people in the mind of the Q line. Now,
right?
What is it going to be? The B line, the Belle Isle,
B line,
the B line.
My mom said that would be really nice for the kids. The kids would enjoy that a whole lot.
Oh yeah, just make it Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. The zing zing. Remember the dudes come out the wall? That's what we're gonna have.
Cling, 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 cling.
Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Huh?
Speaking of Detroit news, Verner's has a black cherry coming out. I just want to say hell no. Nerp. Negative. No ma'am. Not trying it because, first of all, y'all think Verner's is a ginger ale. I'm sorry, cancel me. But before you do that, share this video because it's mainly a cream soda. And that just is what it is. And if you want to put black cherry on top of it, maybe. Black cherry cream, maybe. For those of you out of state, Verner's is a very adored. It's a medicine. It's a medicine we manufacture here in Detroit.
It's medicine
in Michigan. Yeah, it's a medicine. That's all. It's a medicine. So black cherry. We'll see. I could see make some kind of cocktail out of that. Maybe some blackberry brandy. Go in there. I don't know. We could figure that out. We can definitely look into that. Oh,
it's funny that you made that little comedic reference to Belle Isle being a high-end resort because Gregory Moses said that high-end resorts will be the next phase.
I really believe that.
On Belle Isle.
And why can't I see any comments on Facebook?
I don't know because your phone doesn't like you.
Oh my God.
But then we know how the powers that be turned down our brother Michael Jackson and Don Barton's presentation that they wanted to insert on Belle Isle. Did you know about that back in the day?
No, what was the?
They were actually going to put an amusement park on Belle Isle that would have been bigger than Cedar Point. You know, Cedar Point is a bigger island than Belle Isle. So they were trying to do a black-owned amusement park, and I forget who it was, maybe the governor at the time or whoever it was, but they shut it down. They didn't allow it to happen. But now, I bet you, it might be coming around. There's something that's going to happen somewhere along those lines sometime in the near future.
If the ground is hard enough, because I don't trust it.
But if it's not sinking, because I remember years ago they were saying the Belle Isle was sinking.
It looks pretty watery. So I don't know about putting. Yeah, we'll see how the buildings would deal with that. E said it's ginger soda, high end. Okay, now I see the comments coming up. Yeah, we'll see how it works out with a cocktail. What was I was about to bring up something else. Made me forget. Oh, the Golden State and the Celtics tied up. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I seen that game. Draymond got in their ass.
Did somebody wear an orange shirt? I didn't see the game, but somebody was wearing an orange shirt saying "Stop gun violence."
I didn't see that part.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see the whole game. I actually watched the highlights and. They was all talking about Draymond the most of the time.
Who do you think's gonna win?
I think that from what I was seeing from game one and the highlights from game two, if the entire Golden State team step up, well, I'll just say if Clay get in the groove, then the Celtics gonna have a problem.
Okay, well, I feel like it's one of those. Remember when the Pistons were projected to lose, to the Lakers, and we whooped ass? What if it's one of those situations?
Well, I mean, I don't know, man, because they looking good right now. The Warriors is looking good, and
I haven't paid much attention.
Minus Clay's fuck ups on this last game. Like if Klay Thompson
He chokes
get it.
sometimes.
Yeah, he does. He does. It's been a pattern lately. But if he comes through like he does in the playoffs, you know what I mean, then we might see another ring on Golden State's hand.
Well, I definitely have $5 on the Celtics right now just because I used to love Paul Pierce. That's why. But before I don't want people to stop tuning out before I let y'all know I'm going to be in Michigan Fashion Week.
Michigan Fashion Week.
I sent you that picture.
Did you send me a picture?
I'm going to be in Michigan Fashion Week, y'all.
Yes.
I think
send me the picture.
I think I'm going to be one of the only big bigs.
Oh God.
Walking down that joint. I'm modeling for designer Kiera, and it's going to be this weekend, this Friday from 3 to 9. You can actually buy tickets. That's where you can buy tickets at. I've never done this before, but it's going to be really fun, and I can't wait.
All right.
And I think it's also Pride Weekend for Detroit. It was Pride Weekend, Gay Pride Weekend for Ferndale or Royal Oak, I think. I think Pride Weekend is this weekend. So I wonder if it's going to be in the middle of festivities. It's going to be very fun, if so. If my feet can last after walking the runway, then I'm definitely going to try to go shake my ass somewhere. Other than that, that's it for Detroit news. I got a lot of friends with iPhones, and I just want to say this. The iPhone 16 update might change our lives. iPhone 16 update is going to include stuff like sending texts and being able to erase them. So you know what that means, Mark.
Oh,
all the provocative things that I send you at 2 a.m., I'm going to be able to erase them before you see them by 8 a.m. And that's just that. Thank you, Apple. They had a 2-hour presentation. They called in all these tech people to tell them what the new Apple is about to be. The new 16 update is, and it's after the 2-year pandemic. So they're bringing all these technical weirdos in there. Not saying that people in tech are weird, but y'all already had 2 years off in paradise, not associating with humans. Now I wonder how y'all acting now, but they're gonna have a few different things like the buy now pay later program, which I swear enough people have done that with Apple already. Maybe Apple having their own buy now pay later like PayPal. They're expanding the ability to use iPhone to unlock doors to apartments, hotel rooms, and rental cars. So, and also a version of CarPlay that will take over a vehicle's entire dashboard, and that's going to provide speed and fuel information.
An iPhone that can open up doors. So it's basically it's an I key now.
They're trying
what
to make
happens
it
when you can hack it and open up doors that you're not supposed to open.
Another industry of cybersecurity is going to emerge.
It's going to be there we go.
And that's how they keep the tech industry going, I guess. This is just basically showing how Tim Cook, the chief executive, he's going to find different ways to keep Apple around longer by expanding the way that their usefulness and expanding the way that they can go into other industries like finance, real estate, and cars like that.
Shit.
So that's what he's doing. He's
Apple
trying to,
Car. Can you imagine?
The simple fact that they have CarPlay, whether the CarPlay is coming on, he's trying to make these different. The fact that people are so hung up on Apple and they buy other products. He's going to use that leverage to make other industries fall onto him and fall in line with him too. So hell yeah, one of those car companies are going to say shit like, "Let's have an Apple OS on the car."
Yep.
So that's what I want to get off to y'all. But more so, that texting thing, that send it and then be able to erase. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
Why would you say that?
Because people need to be held accountable for what the fuck they say.
Yeah, that's kind of the same notion that I have about people being able to remove Facebook messages inboxes.
And I use that feature.
See, so you don't want to be held accountable for the shit that you say.
I mean,
not on social media.
I had the option to take it back. So actually, it's usually typos. I do that on type when when the message is all jacked up.
Yeah, usually if I type something, which I rarely do, that I'm gonna take back, I just won't send it. By the time I'm about to send it, I'm like, nah, I'm just not going. Just like a post, just like a Facebook. How many times have you typed a damn post out? You're like, you know what? I'm not even about to say this shit.
Good.
Take this back.
Yep, totally erase it. You feel different, like
Yeah.
So other than that, y'all, be careful, be safe out here. Okay, we are at Well, oh yeah, definitely at my time. That's about right. So thank y'all for tuning in. Share, like, and I'm gonna see y'all here next Monday. Send me topics. Next Monday, I want to be more interactive. I need some of y'all to call in. And answer some questions for me. Maybe win some prizes. Thank you for everybody who tuned in and encouraged me to get my ass back here on this mic.
Yeah, we back after 3 weeks. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Good night, y'all. Have Marci on you.
Warning. You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7